The superstar's here. Doechii, welcome to Hot 97.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have you because you are my obsession, okay? And I have been bugging Niles and Brittany to bring you here for the longest. So the fact that you are here in the flesh makes me really excited.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes. How does it feel to be in New York?
It feels great. I love New York.
Yeah?
New York is like one of my favorite places to be. But I've never been here during the summer.
Really?
So now I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Like, no snow. It's not cold. Yes.
Yeah, you have to come earlier in the summer because now it's already starting to get a little.
Starting to get
Yeah, I got the long sleeve on. I couldn't wait for this time. But you need like a full summer in New York because I do feel like that is your energy just in general, creatively too. Like I'm almost shocked that you are originally from Tampa, right?
Really? You're shocked?
Yes. Well, maybe because I don't know
where
the
did you
energy.
think I was from?
I don't know. You just give me, honestly, you give me like, if I could say there were humans on other planets.
I'm from another planet.
From another planet. Because, I don't know, just the way that you're able to craft the things that you do is just so unique where it's like out of this world, you know? So when I hear Tampa, I'm like, what's going on in Tampa?
Thank you.
For you to be that cool.
Thanks.
So I need you to set the scene for me.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in Tampa?
Yeah, it was just like, I mean, you know, people love to talk crap about Florida and say that we're crazy.
Girl.
It's a lot going on. I mean, it's a lot going on. You could go jet skiing, and then there was this guy who ate this other guy's face one time.
But that's what I'm saying. You have
crazy.
to agree, though.
Yeah.
That it gets a little crazy in Florida.
It's adventurous, spontaneous.
Right.
That's the word. But growing up in Florida, I just was around a lot of music, a lot of different creatives. It was like very much Freaknik. And no, I'm kidding.
Okay. I'm like, wow, I need to visit.
No, it was just a lot of hot summer days and a lot of music. That's how I grew up. I just remember hearing a lot of music, a lot of fights, and heat.
Yeah. Is your family very music oriented too?
I mean, none of them are artists. My family is huge into sports.
Okay.
But music.
Did they push that on you?
No.
Okay.
Well, sports, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done every sport.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Every
super
sport.
athletic? What is your favorite?
My favorite was gymnastics, for sure.
All right.
So, yeah, that was how it was growing up in Tampa.
Okay. What about the school system there?
Yeah.
And like your friends and like, you know, the energy that surrounded you to kind of allow you to be yourself?
I got so many different experiences, thank God, but I was always caught in this weird place where like I went to private school, but I would leave private school off scholarship and then I would go to Sulphur Springs, which is like the hood. So it's kind of like I would go to school and I would have one personality because I wanted to fit in with like other people of other races.
Right.
And then I would go home and then I was like, oh, I can be myself now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was just kind of hard growing up because I didn't know I had an identity issue.
Right.
And I code switching all the time. So I kind of got exposed to a world of like all my friends at my private school had money and they were into rock music and Paramore and Converse. So I was like into that. I loved it. And then
Paramore was that shit.
It was. And then I would go home and everybody was like, what you wearing Converse? You talk white. You da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't fit in and it was weird.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Did you gravitate to one more or did you feel like you were taking bits and pieces from each and everything?
Both.
Yeah.
I love both of my experiences. I just didn't know that at that time, the little black girl at that time didn't know that she didn't have to pick anything. Like you can like Paramore and also like Trina.
Right.
You know, I really liked both. It's just a lot of my peers that I grew up around, they weren't exposed to different types of music. So I was, and it made me this weird thing. Well, people thought it was weird.
Right, right. When really, it's just you.
I'm just vibing.
Yeah, a vibe for real that we all love.
Yeah.
Now, when it came to taking music seriously, where were you with that? And too, the name, Doechii.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the name from?
I've been calling myself Doechii since I was in like 6th grade.
Okay.
And
just out of nowhere?
Kind of. Like it just kind of like came to me, but in a dark kind of way because I got bullied a lot coming up. And I told you, like, I had like an identity issue.
Right.
I just felt like I wasn't allowed to be myself in all of the spaces that I was in. And so I just decided one day, like, bro, I'm going to die and I'm going to die, and the only person who's going to be in that casket is me. And I want to die happy. I want to do what I want to do and be who I am.
Right.
And I came up with a name, and Doechii came to me. I wrote it down in my diary in 6th grade. And then I started branding myself really early.
You had this epiphany in the 6th grade?
Yeah.
Ma'am, that's like, what, 12 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm doing me. I don't have time for this.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So from there, the music.
Yeah. From there, that's when I started this rap group in middle school.
What was it called?
And what was it called? TM3 or T3 or something like that. I can't remember. I wrote a song for the talent show, and it just kind of built from there. Everywhere I went, I just would do music or try to collaborate with somebody with music. I didn't take it seriously until like my senior year, though. And I put out my first song when I was in 11th or 12th grade, and it actually blew up on SoundCloud.
Wow.
Yeah.
SoundCloud has been the beginning for so many artists. Like, that's how I found out about a lot of artists who are huge now through SoundCloud, because we all had access to just upload.
Yep.
And that's where your first joint blew up?
Yes.
Do you remember what it's called?
Yeah, it's called El Chapo.
Okay. I got to go back and listen, because even with your earlier work that I've listened to, I'm like, damn, I feel like she should re-release everything because it's all so great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, from there, when did it turn into stardom and like, wait, this is my job?
I think like when I dropped the project, Oh, the Places You'll Go and Yucky Blucky Fruitcake blew up on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's when like one, income started coming in, and then 2, labels started reaching out.
Okay. So in between that time, what were you doing? Just recording?
I made that project in New York.
Okay.
And I was still an independent artist when I was in New York. Starving, struggling.
Yeah. What brought you here? Was it just like, all right, I'm gonna go and figure it out?
I got an audition with The Voice.
Okay.
And
See, you skipping mad parts, Doechii. You skipping mad parts.
Okay. I got an audition with The Voice.
Okay.
That brought me from Georgia to New York.
Okay.
And I didn't make the audition, and I didn't have enough money to go back. So
you didn't make it? Like you didn't get there?
I didn't get it. I didn't make it in The Voice.
Okay. What did you perform?
I think I did an original song. They were looking for songwriters.
Oh, okay.
I did an original song. I didn't make the cut, and I didn't have enough money to come back.
Okay.
So I had to stay in New York.
Where were you staying, though? Like with a friend at a hotel?
It was kind of like every night I just had to figure it out. So one night I would stay in Jersey with like my mom's friend who she knew, and then I would like get booked at another show. I got booked the day after I did The Voice.
Okay.
So for that night, like after The Voice, I slept at a McDonald's.
Really?
And then
I wish
got
I knew
up.
you at this time. You would have been able to stay with me.
I slept at a McDonald's, and then I got up the next day, did the show, and then I went to my mom's friend, and from my mom's friend, I had to find who else I was going to stay with, and I kept meeting people along the way and just basically like homeless.
So did your family know this was happening? Or were you keeping that from them because you knew that your mother would be like,
yes and no. My mom knew I was in New York. She just didn't know that I was like struggling.
Right.
And I didn't want to tell her because I didn't want her to be right. Because she was just kind of like, it's not safe for you to go out there by yourself. You don't have no money. What are you
went
doing?
By yourself?
Yeah.
You know what? You stressing me out.
I know. That was my mom.
You were stressing me out, and I understand why you didn't tell her, because she would have come home now.
Yeah, she would have probably came and got me, and I was just like, no, like, I feel like something's close here in New York, and I can do this.
Right.
And I ended up making that project out of...
How long did you stay?
I was in New York for almost 2 years. So eventually I got myself together.
So that's The Voice auditioned.
Yeah.
The Voice audition turned into you staying here for 2 years?
Yes.
Like unpredicted? You didn't think you was going to stay here for 2 years? Were you going to go back home?
No. I didn't think I was going to stay. I thought I was going to be in LA.
Right.
So The Voice brought me to New York.
Okay.
And then I fell in love with New York once I got on my feet and I had to hustle.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of energy. And more so why you are so deserving of everything that's happening for you now.
Thank you.
Because you really jumped off the cliff.
Yeah.
With no, like, you know, I mean, of course you felt the energy and you knew that it was something that was going to work, and you were true to yourself in that.
But I didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you kind of wish that you had a plan now that you're looking back at it? Or are you just like, nah, man, it fell together perfectly?
I think it fell together, and the personality I have, plans don't work for me.
Right.
I end up procrastinating, and you know, I just have to rip the Band-Aid off type of person.
Right.
So I had to just jump in it and get it, or I would have kept talking my way out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. To me, that energy is very Aries-like, but you are not an Aries.
I'm a fire sign.
Leo.
Leo, yeah.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay, that's where that comes from. Because that is crazy. And I'm such a planned person. That's why in my mind, I'm like, how did she do this, Virgo?
Virgo, okay, yeah.
Do you like Virgos?
I love Virgos.
Okay, good. I feel like people be talking shit about Virgos, and I'm like, we're great.
I love Virgos.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, when did it come to, you know, this and getting signed from Capital, TDE, all of that?
So after Yucky Blucky went viral on TikTok.
Okay. Let's talk about Yucky Blucky.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, because I really love that record. And it sounds like, to me, it doesn't sound new as far as like somebody who just jumped into the game. Like, you are very clear with your artistry. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you listen back to stuff and you're like, oh, it sounds like something that was made at a certain time, or like, it just sounds great, where I would love for it to make a new appearance for people to, like, you know, really get into it. But on TikTok, you know, the transformations, people were glowing up with the song. Did you ever expect that to happen?
No, I didn't. I didn't expect for that to happen, but it's like I did, but I didn't. I expected success. I just didn't think it was going to happen through TikTok.
Right.
I hadn't even had an account on TikTok at that time.
Right.
So people was just like, your song is blowing up. And I was like, oh, what app? What is that?
Right.
And then I went on TikTok and I was like, oh, this is cool. And now it has over 70 million views.
Right.
I mean, 70 million videos made.
Did the style of the videos impress you? Because to me, you know, people showing their glow up shows that the song meant something different to them. That it kind of hit them, you know, spiritually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did. And it was a lot. The videos that really stood out to me the most were from the trans community, where people were showing their transformation from going into identifying as a man into identifying as a woman. That was so beautiful to me. Or like before and after they get their bodies done. Yeah. I think that is so cool because it's like the song represents you stepping into who you are. Right. And that was what it's about.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
And I love that you experienced that at such a young age, to be able to give that to, you know, people who are older than you and just such a big scope, a huge group of people that are able to now learn from, you know, a girl who said in the 6th grade that I'm actually going to do me, you know?
Yeah.
So after that joint got hot on TikTok, what happened?
After that got hot on TikTok, I dropped Braless because I was just on fire. Right. And that project did okay. But it was just to keep music. And then I dropped Crazy.
Yes.
That's
and Crazy is it for me. I love Persuasive so much, but crazy is when I was like, oh, it's really her.
That was my debut as an artist, for sure. As a signed artist with TDE.
Talk to me about the space you were in when you created that.
Yeah.
And did this happen in the dungeon of the House of Pain? No. Did you make that in there? No?
This happened when I got signed to TDE. Okay. So first night they called me, I recorded Crazy. Okay. I was hungry. Okay. Quite literally. I just came from New York, went back to Florida because of the pandemic, and I was in Florida for like maybe 2 weeks, and then they called me. Okay. I came out, went to LA.
What was that 2 weeks like? You were home with your family?
Oh, honey, I was like, I'm home. I'm relaxed. I'm not hungry. I'm not cold no more. I'm not struggling. Right. Like, please.
So, take care of me, Mom.
For real. So, I had just got snuggled in. Right. And then they called me, and I made the song, and I got signed off of that song.
Yeah. I can imagine why. Yeah. And then the video. Yeah. I want the whole process, because the video too is very intentional, and seeing it is what made me say, whoa, like this girl knows who she is. Yeah. She's going to, you know, bring the world into her world and force us to love it. Yeah. You know, those who get it. Those who don't, right. It's not for you, boo. Yeah. So talk to me about that.
Yeah. So when I made the song, I just was thinking about like all the things I had done leading up to that moment, and everybody called me crazy. My whole life, people been calling me crazy. I was like, Mom, I want to do gymnastics. Girl, you is crazy. I want to do this. You crazy. I'm moving to New York. I ain't got no money. You crazy. Da da da. Like, I've always heard that my whole life. Right. And I think people call you crazy when they just don't understand you.
Right.
That's all. You just misunderstood. And I found power in that.
Yeah.
Along the way. And when I did the music video, my album is broken down into like 4 tarot cards that speak out to me. And I wanted to recreate a tarot card. It's called the Star.
Right.
It's this naked lady and she's kneeling into the water, and it means rebirth, like a time. It's your time, basically a prime.
Yeah. Do you do readings?
I used to.
Oh, okay. So was this from your own reading that you did for yourself?
Yeah, this was from my own reading. I pulled these 4 cards, and those 4 cards basically lined out a destiny that I kind of know about myself. Anyway, so I wanted to recreate that tarot card in an Afro-futuristic way. And that's where the concept of us being naked came from.
Yeah.
And it also just represented, like, the most vulnerable you can be is when you're literally naked. And I was like, this is symbolically me coming into the industry saying, here I am. What's up?
Right.
Fuck with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the other 3 cards. I'm interested.
The other 3? So it's the Star, the Hermit, the Devil, and Star, Hermit, Devil, Death.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, my God. Shit. I'm like feeling it right now. So with that, what was the feedback that you got from that?
It was like on 2 ends of the spectrum. People really loved it and got it, or they really, really hated it, and they were like, "Get out,
the devil!
This is horrible. This is trash. Get it off the airways."
Yeah,
but I think that both are valid.
Yeah, no, valid.
People can feel whatever.
Yeah,
that's the point of art.
I think that more so is like a fear of just accepting another side of, like another side. It's 2 sides, more sides than 2, but like it's you.
Yeah. And it also just reflects like how America, the people who hate it, I'm not mad at them for hating it, because it's like they're behaving how they've been taught to behave about the body and conditioned. So it's like, that's why I'm 100% okay with that reaction.
Right.
Because I get it. They're taken aback and appalled.
Yeah.
Like, how could you do this to yourself? I think that's a conversation worth having.
Yeah, I do too. And I think that is what drew me closer to you, because of that fearlessness of, wow, she's really like, stepping outside of the lines and truly enjoying this process, but like really taking it there, pushing the limits, girl, because we are conditioned, like you said. So to see that is like, whoa, but in the most beautiful way, I feel. Now, from there, crazy, that is what got you signed. What happens next? I'm all in this story.
Persuasive came right after Crazy, and now we're here on Persuasive.
Yeah. And even with that, it's a different style.
Yeah.
You give us a lot of, you give us the rap, you give us the voice, which you do have.
Thank you.
Now, what do you feel more comfortable with doing? Singing, rapping? Like, what's yours?
In my heart, I really do love singing more than rapping.
Yeah.
Singing feels more like worship to me, but rapping is more fun.
Right.
And I feel like I'm better at rapping.
Okay.
But
you do?
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like, I can rap easier than I can sing. Yeah. That's not true. Child, I don't know.
I want to hear more of your singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I love your
That's
rapping.
Crazy.
But I also want to hear more of your singing, because you can sing.
I have a lot of singing songs. I just don't release them because I'm like, I don't know.
No, I want to hear it.
Okay.
Are you going to play them for me?
Maybe.
Okay. See? I like that. Cool. So, Persuasive, you have Sizzle on it, which I love. And I feel like the synergy is just there.
Yeah.
Are you guys like really
Did different? You hear that?
Oh, yeah.
That was her stomach.
Oh, BB's hungry? I thought BB was cooing because I said the synergy between you and SZA.
She's hungry.
All right. So, you and SZA, the energy's there. Is there a friendship? I feel like, you guys were able to get on that track and really match each other in such a beautiful way.
I mean, she did it without me knowing.
Really? Yes. Probably because she loves the song so much, obviously.
She did it without me knowing. So she and the team, they surprised me with the feature. Oh. So I didn't get a chance to go in the studio with her. So I heard it on first listen.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I did. Oh. Because it was just so beautiful. And then also, she's just such an incredible writer. It was just, I don't know. It was an overwhelming moment for me. It was an emotional day.
Right.
So I don't want it to seem like I was doing a lot by crying, but it just made me really happy.
Crying is beautiful. And I'm happy you cried.
It was really cool. And she's so incredible. Such a dope person and really amazing artist.
Yeah, she killed it. The song alone is so great by itself that I was like, remix, how we gonna top it?
What's gonna happen? I feel you.
And she did what she had to do.
Yeah, she did. She wrote it out to the end. I was shocked.
Yeah. And the end is like, you have to keep listening.
Like, what?
Yeah. I really enjoy it. Now, your performance, are you a dance school girl? Because I feel like,
I used to dance.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Because your stage presence is very, like, on point. It gives superstar.
Thank you.
Do you feel like, you know, the work that you did as a child in dance, in gymnastics is kind of what crafted your stage presence now to, like, really go ham the way that you do?
Yeah, 100%. Like, even, like, I was on a step team. I did cheerleading. And, like, when I did those in my neighborhood. So, like, your neighborhood cheer captains do not play.
Right.
Like, you know, the ones at the school is one thing, but so I was just raised, like, my mentors and my coaches were really hard on me because I think they all saw something. Yeah. And I was very dedicated. Yeah. So it plays off in my performances now, and I carry everything I learned to now.
Are they all hitting you up like, oh my gosh, Doechii, you're doing so amazing?
No. They don't worry about me.
Girl.
Maybe they don't know it's me.
Maybe. I don't know.
I was really different when I was younger.
Really?
Different from now.
Okay. I like want to see photos.
Shy.
Really?
Yeah. I said shy. It's quiet and shy.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's interesting. So the Tonight Show performance, I loved.
Thank you.
Yeah. What did your family say when they saw that?
Oh, my gosh. My mom was crying. My sisters were crying. They're so dramatic.
Yeah. Like, oh, my God.
So everybody was really happy and excited about that performance. And I was, too, because, I don't know, something happened on that stage. It was really special that night. Yeah. So that was one of my best performances to date, I think.
The transition from, you know, pushing your music on your own to now being signed and having a machine behind you that's helping you throughout the way. Do you feel like it's been easier, or are you now seeing like different trials where it's like, this is not as easy as I thought it would be?
I think it is easier, but it's also like, it doesn't mean that it's easy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like a different set of problems.
Right.
And I knew that I wanted to reach people globally, and that would take a really long time independently. And with the machine I have now and my team that's helping me, I can just fulfill all of my big ideas sooner. Yeah.
Who do you go to first when you have a creative idea off of TDE? Or who do you call in general?
Musa. I'll go to Musa first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Musa's like, he's top son, so he took over TDE now. Yeah. And so I'll go to Musa and I'll be like, this is what I want to do. Yeah. And usually 100% of the time he's rocking with it.
Okay. I was about to say, is he always on board?
Yeah. He's like, let's see what we can do. Yeah. And then we'll get that budget back and we'll be like, okay. Yeah. Crazy was super expensive to do. But he
and are you involved in all of that where you know what's going on? Like, I spent this much. We got to make that back.
No, for sure. And I think that, like, as a team, especially Musa, he likes to let me know, like, how much is going into this so that I'm aware, you know, of how much. I mean, ultimately, it's my money I'm spending. Yeah. So you have to recoup things. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great way of doing things because we hear a lot of artists tell their story like, I ain't know, and they spending all this money and they have no idea.
Me and Musa, we sit down, we look at sheets, we look at the accounts, we look at what I'm spending on glam and everything so that I can keep tracking. I'm on top of my business. Jack.
Right, good.
So shit ain't cheap.
Yeah. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
How have your relationships changed with like friends and family, romantically too? I don't know if you're dating, but how has the switch been now that, you know, you're super busy? I'm sure you've always been, but it's on a different level now.
It is. It's been interesting, like, navigating. I think so much so my mom is so crazy you asked me that. My mom and my sisters are moving to LA literally next week.
Really?
Because my mom is just like, I'm sick of this. Like, we need to be around you. We can't be in different states and you work that frequently. Yeah. We don't see each other or talk. Yeah. It's just too much. Yeah. So now my mom and my some of my friends are even moving to LA.
Really?
Which is a blessing, bro. Yeah. So it's been hard navigating. I lost a lot of friends.
From them just not understanding the transition?
Not understanding the transition, and then also they just got weird. People get weird. Yeah. You know, like, you know how people sometimes will talk about, oh, like, you changed, you got money and you changed.
Yeah.
I notice personally, the more like success you get, I guess.
Yeah.
Other people treat you different.
Yes. They're projecting.
Like, you're treating me, I'm doing the same. I've been making music and doing the same thing for years.
Right. And now that you see that these things are happening from it.
You see it work.
Yeah.
Now you're acting weird and it's like, now I got to cut you off.
Yeah.
Because you're being really weird.
Yeah. Do you have these conversations with people?
Oh, yeah.
And is it weird?
Oh, yeah. I cut
Awkward?
my grass. I'm very, like, cutthroat and honest about things. And it's just like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate to do it, but I've had to cut people off or just distance myself. We can't be as close as we were.
Right. And that's okay. Loving people from a distance is my jam, girl.
Me too.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
What has dating been like for you? Are you dating?
Dating? No, not anymore.
No? What happened? Oh, my God. The way you just laughed, girl. What happened?
I think that, like, once again, like, that schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, I feel like right now the healthiest thing for me to do for myself and everybody around me is really to just be single, for real.
Right.
Because I'm on go, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like, if I'm being real with myself, a relationship is not priority to me right now. What's priority to me is my fans and my shows and being the best that I can be. So if your relationship is not priority, that means that your partner feels like they're not priority, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a hard truth, but it is what it is.
Right.
I'm just focused on my career right now. I'm young.
Right.
And I'm not, I can't put myself in two different minds. I can't split that right now. I'm not mature enough to maintain a relationship and a career.
Yeah.
Girl, one at a time.
Yeah. And I love that you say that because people think that is like not normal sometimes, where it's like, no, I'm not focused on a relationship.
I don't have the attention span to do that right now. Like, it's just so much going on.
Yeah. Like, the goal is not to, like, get married tomorrow and do all these things. Like, I'm trying to, live life.
Yeah.
Human experience.
I commend, like, Beyonce. She is like a large family.
Right.
And a huge career.
Right.
And, she can maintain both. Bitch, I'm not that girl.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot going on. But that was a different time.
It was a different time, too.
Things is different.
So, yeah, I'm single.
Yeah. I like that for you. Love that for you. I love that. Now, She, Her, Black Bitch is out now.
Yes.
Are these your pronouns?
I mean, no, it's just a title. It's not that literal, but my pronouns are she, her.
Okay.
But black
I
bitch,
wanted to turn my pronouns to she, her, black bitch after.
Yeah, it was just like a joke, like a concept. But I mean,
I relate.
Why not? You relate? You get it?
Yeah.
And like, we don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah. I relate. What has the feedback been from the project?
Pretty good. People are loving it. People love Swamp Bitches and This Bitch Matters.
Yes, I was gonna say those are my favorites.
Yeah, like,
This Bitch Matters is my top favorite. But Swamp Bitches,
those have been those two, which I find so interesting because they're like duality. Like,
yes, very different.
Very different. So it's been really good, received very well, and I think a lot of who it was for is who it resonates with.
Yeah. And that is me and your entire fan base. We love you. We can't wait to see what you do next. And just know that you have a home here, girl.
Yes.
And I will sit here and ask you every single question I can think of. Right now, I feel like I got through all of them. Doechii, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate your talent for sure.
Thanks.
Yes.